Let me see that. Making sure that I got this thing ready. All right, let me check. All right, name's Fimbris. I excuse the weird camera angle. If you could see from this reflection, not that, from right there, I have the camera, the mic, or yeah, I'm sorry. I have my camera at a very weird angle. It's not even the center of the monitor. And I'm just really fucking tired today. Now, I, I can't really exactly talk as much as I want to because I have family right outside. My father is watching football. So, yeah. Oh, the Nintendo 2. I've had this conversation in my head all day. And what really sparked it was because today has not really been a good day so far. Now, anyone who's actually, I don't know, watched a video or two of mine when I play any game on the weekday have noticed that I work in fast food. I work at Einstein's Bros Bagels. Got my shirts over there. You could see it, probably. Yeah. And I'm just a team member. I'm not a baker. I'm not a barista. The most my days consist of is just making sandwiches, uh, making orders, and making sure that the egg count is like good because obviously you leave an egg out for too long, it's kind of gross. Yeah. And today, one of my coworkers, I don't like naming people because that's rude. He decides to not show in today. And we've been kind of understaffed because in the past month, a baker and another team member have they more or less just quit right then and there. One of them just walked out, and the other one barely gave, I think, 2 week notice. And yeah, I really don't have that much of a strong impression of them. They were just there. Didn't mean I didn't like them or hate them. I just like I hardly knew them. And oof, it was so busy. It was uh, we Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry about this, like the angle of my camera. It's I have no problem with my upper body, my hair. Plus I got it in reverse, so it looks weird to me. My hair flows the other way sometimes, so I'm sorry. What really started this is that we were understaffed, and I was basically running around the whole restaurant today, the fast food place, whatever you want to call it, the coffee shop, back and forth, making sure that eggs were fine, orders were like that, everything that was okay, great. Because I have my shift start at 7:30, and again, usually I would just be in charge of like bagging food, making sandwiches, making eggs, and that, which is like most of the time I would make the round of eggs, like 12 of them on this like little like these two egg machines, which has like 6 molds. You ever had like seen those like sandwich makers? Like you put like an English muffin on top and bottom, crack an egg in the middle, and then like you slide it on, and then boom, sandwich. That's is the same mold idea, but like for a machine for like 6 eggs. It's heavy, honestly. Hold up. Okay, I'm sorry about that. My mom had to call me on how to order some Chinese food from a place that I think is kind of overrated. Where was I? Yeah, so severely understaffed, whatever. We get there today. And um God, I'm so sorry about the fucking pause. No one ever likes to respect my privacy. I mean, it's still a house. So yeah, we we're severely understaffed. So I basically take place of the dude who's like in the second the sandwich making, because the way that it works, if you ever seen, like, imagine a Subway, where you see the line and you see the ingredients, like you have like start with your bread, then your protein and cheese, and then like whatever. Like, if you ever been in Chipotle or Subway, you know the way. And usually there's like two dudes to operate it. At least one dude, like person, gets the bagels like before the order, like whatever it is, like whether it's gonna be a sandwich, whether it's sliced or whatever, and that's it. Then the second one, he's in charge of the fillings, your cheeses, your proteins, whatever's in the sandwich goes in there. I forgot to mention that the first guy does, like, he throws in like condiments or the cheese, because like it's kind of split in half. The first side is like cheese and condiments and all that stuff, and the other stuff is like the fillings of a sandwich, and that's it. The dude who didn't come in today was the guy who would do the fillings, like, throw everything on there. He wasn't in there today, and since I'm the only person who Harvey, I'm ranting about the Switch 2 and work and my fucking package. If you tell me anything about those games being reasonably priced, you're fucking lying to me. It's the principle. Not to mention, you gotta also deter Mason from getting one, because it'd be really stupid for him to get a Switch 2 when he barely has a lot of games on the Switch 1. Just trust me. Like, I don't care if you get the Switch 2, because you're an adult, but I do fear for you. I'm not complaining. No, I know. I fucking hope not. That's why I want to infinite marker button. If I get it. Yeah, that's a good deal. But I'm saying it. Why are you bringing all three games down? Yeah, okay. I'm just saying, like, bro, like, you're gonna get hustled. Not to mention. No, I know. The only thing that has my attention. Oh no. Which does look cool. That does look. If that's $70, like physical and like digital. Yeah. Then yeah. Okay. Yeah. But fuck. I'm gonna wait for Christmas too. Yeah. See? And then the only other game that has my Air Riders, but I doubt it. I hope it's just like, bro, you deserve better. Look, the only game that's gonna ever make me do that is New Mario, of course, Smash, and Smash. I'm not doing it for Zelda. I'm not doing it for Zelda. I mean, we did do it for Zelda. But that's an exception. I like it. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, bro, the tariffs are fucking hitting. And I'm not buying ports unless ports are like, the only ones catching my eye is probably Street Fighter. That's because I don't want to play on the PS5. Why? PS5 are probably better. Because it has every DLC. Fair enough. It'd be like playing Striving. Plus, you already know that I just want Dust Bloods. Yeah. Plus, like, if I really want to soak song, I could like. And the only other is that. I probably get Deltarune because I actually. Deltarune did look kind of crazy. But I'm not buying. I'm like, as long as you know your worth, man, don't go on sale. Hey, maybe your tariffs will start fighting back. That's very cool. I hope so. Trump is fucking stupid, and fuck that. Fuck up. Might as well. I'm really depressed today, man. Did you not see my text from work? Yeah. I'm telling you right now, if that guy at work, the dude who was an asshole, I would have clapped back. He did. He kicked the dude out. He's saying, "We had this shit before. Get your ass out of here." And I'm thinking, like, thank you. Probably better him than me. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm depressed, man. The honeymoon phase. That's what I named the stream. The honeymoon phase for the Switch 2 is done. I'm already. You like realistically. I'm not even doing this for like content. This at 500 and like the first games, like you remember like the yeah, you remember that like yeah, obviously. And then when they did release games, not a lot of them were like even exclusives yet because they were still catering to the backwards compatibility mob for like games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Spider-Man, and they exactly right there. And that's not technically a bad thing, but the really shitty thing at the time is that they also price hiked some of the games from 60 to 70. Now that we thought the 70 was just because like it's a PS5 thing. And when we thought like, wow, it's gonna be like better expansions. But the thing is, we've have so many games that still are the 60, 70 quota for whether or not it's PS4, PS5. It would have been acceptable if it was only PS5 games, as in I not to be, shit talking, if the PS4 games didn't exist for those titles, Like if God of War Ragnarok released at a solid 70 but no PS4 port and only the 70, I think that would have been worth it, you know? The same thing. It had the same thing I'm talking about. It had the 70 PS5 version and the 60 PS4 version. Now, it's not technically a bad idea, but my point that I'm trying to say is the $70 games we thought it would be like, wow, games at $70? Maybe that means free DLC, the cost of living, inflation. Like, so basically, what literally was only a PS5. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. The whole point of the $70 games then wasn't just because it was inflation or because of COVID. It was because that games are getting bigger and better, so they probably need a bigger budget. So obviously you pay a little more for that, right? Because that's just like the price of things. Obviously, you go from 1 egg sandwich to 2 eggs, you're gonna cost a little extra. You see what I mean? But at this point, Nintendo, being the flagship seller of the $80 quota, are just some greedy bastards. Not to mention, their tech demo, you already know, isn't free. Do you know what this bitch tech demo was? And you know that bitch was free. And was it not fun? You have it. You have it. And yeah, how many times have the twins just like wanted to play that? Yeah, it wanted to play that. Not even anything else. Not to mention, again, it does well with the controller. You can actually feel it. Like that's a good tech demo. The Xbox doesn't even have a tech demo, but it doesn't charge me for that. Yeah, that's not. Oh no, don't nice. No, nice. No, here's where nice goes out the window. The fact that Nintendo thinks, and I know that you thought this was an okay thing, but I'm gonna really fuck you up with this, that you thought that the C button for chat is anything other than copium because no, but you said it was a okay thing. Like no, like you know how like it's okay, like how it's fine, like they're gonna give people like basically 9 months of a free trial. No, that's not. Because your PS5, my Xbox are built in with, social media interfaces in which allows you to either abuse their chat built into their consoles without having to pay for any premium, and Discord. Discord is for fucking free. I can hook up Discord to my console for fucking free. I have to pay how much? It says you need an online class, which if that doesn't change, which hopefully it doesn't, it's 24. It's what I'm saying, Javier. I have Discord on my phone for free. You have Discord on your phone for free. I have my PS5 Discord for free. Look, you want to charge me for online gaming, the ability to play with my friends? Fine. You can keep doing that. 60, 20, hell, wasn't Microsoft trying to do 100 for like a full year just like 2 years ago? I think. Or 60 for 6 months? It was either one of those. See? That's fine. I mean, it's not, but like, that's the norm. But making me pay you $20 for some, How many frames per second do you think that presentation was going for when they did the voice chat?
If it's stock, it was 127.
No. The face chat. The face chat. How many frames do you think that was when I saw their faces? I think it was moving at 8s, 6.
It feels like
Exactly. Again, that's Zoom is also free for 30 minutes. I mean, you know why? Because like when you get out of school, they take away your like limited subscription. No, it's just I'm just sad, Like it's like not the word. It's just mean. Like price gouging is one thing, and obviously you have other games that like Assassin's Creed Shadows going up for like $70, even though I think it's like a $60 experience. It's just mean.
look, I'm not gonna tell you anything. I don't want the hype myself to die.
No. Like
And
don't
I understand the argument. It is really like
like
gouging to think that a Mario Kart game is that is just a little mind considering deluxe base was 60 and the booster pack that came out 4 years later was $25.
I'll live
Right?
with that. I'll live with that.
No, but 4 years later, after the Switch one was coming to an end,
Fair enough.
like you want to give that game DLC because it literally was the best selling? No problem. But 4 years when Smash was ending, that was crazy.
True, but I'm also the same kind of consumer who played Elden Ring for $60. Then 2 years later, when Shadow of the Erdtree released, I paid $40 up front. I had no problem then.
No,
So
like
it is utility.
No, like Smash Bros. Base game was 60.
Yeah.
Anyone was paying for that.
Yeah.
You even did.
I did.
I did that. I was gonna do that twice.
Do me a favor, throw my
it.
blanket over my figures. I don't like it doing that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Then Fighter Pass 1, immediately everyone was gonna do it. I did it for him. That was 10 or 20. Then Fighter Pass 2, another 20.
How many fighters are in each pass game?
For the first pass, 5 fighters, and they threw in Product Line for free.
Right. Didn't he do that from YouTube too, back for like the old days, but like get it out of the 3DS version?
And the Wii U.
Right.
Then Fighter Pass 2, 6 characters. And the price, it did go up, but by $1.
But like also, which one was Sora part of?
2.
Oh wait, so they only had 2? They never had like 3?
No.
Weird.
We all wanted a 3, of course, but it did 2. And what a lot of people kind of forget is that if you buy Smash, which is still 60, it's just that good of, and you buy both fighter passes, it's actually 110, close to reaching 120, and no one cares. I don't.
True, but that's what I'm also scared about.
No, but like here's my other point: is that next, like on the 9th, I'm gonna prepare the Switch no matter what.
Yeah, I know.
And if I don't get the Mario Kart bundle, I'm not gonna kick myself in the foot.
I mean, I would.
I mean, if I get it, cool, I have a free game. If I don't get it, I'm not crying. And I'm also not crying because I library.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not a single one of my games, to my knowledge, is gonna disappear on me.
I hope not.
All of these games are still gonna get boosted. I still want the Switch 2 because as much as I love this thing, I just want a stronger console.
Yeah.
And the one thing that at least has not hurt me physically is the price. I can live with 450.
I could live with 450.
That thing was close to 600 on release.
Don't go for the Pro though.
I never will. That was a scary thing to see.
That
was basically a mini PC. I can't look at that thing in any other way than still telling myself 600 almost.
Yeah, but I live with the 500. I'm fine with the 500. I was fine with that 500.
I can live with the 450. That honestly was probably the best.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. You've never really bought a console, so that's why I'm worried for you. I bought 3, man.
I know, and for me buying my first one, and it's gonna be a Switch 2. No regrets.
I hope not. I just
if more games get updates, like if this gets an update,
that would be crazy.
Like seriously, I already seen how Tears of the Kingdom Breath of the Wild looks.
That does look.
I'm not gonna lie, that is incredible.
Look, that looks nice, but I'm also like, bro, $20 for an
I don't know how much that is.
But still, like $10? Yes, $20? Fuck no. Optimizations, I paid for. Kakarot was free though, so that's the exception. Ghost of Tsushima. Now, see, that was a case in itself that was fucking crazy. Because not only did it bring a PS5 version of the game, it also gave me the director's cut, which was like a whole other DLC and island. So neither of the games are going to do that.
No, I know. But some games actually will. You know, one of them will be Odyssey.
Odyssey's getting new concept?
No, it's getting a free expansion.
Oh, I do remember that. Some games are getting new ones, so like
Not a lot. But Odyssey
some
was
are.
one.
But it's
And
crazy.
No,
It's crazy though that Breath of the Wild, which was basically their like launch title, isn't getting that treatment. But Odyssey, like, bro.
No, I can live with that just because Breath of the Wild are much more expensive.
Yeah, I know.
No, but my point is, I can dead ass. I have not touched Odyssey since we first got the Switch. That is arguably one of my favorite Mario games.
But you did it so fast. Like, I'm not gonna. I'm pretty sure
I never went back. But the fact that it's getting a free expansion, I want to go replay that.
I don't think you should call it an expansion.
Not expansion.
Call it an upgrade.
Upgrade. But like,
because expansion would imply there's no content.
I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe it will.
Maybe if that is, but like,
if Kirby got something, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Mario game and they want to throw on something.
I know, but it's like,
I have not touched that game in 8 years, and now I finally want to go back for new content. That is a good feeling.
It's true. I mean, hell, I might even like steal Mason's Breath of the Wild copy.
I would actually even think of getting my own because I want to see what's like.
I mean, I'm gonna obviously use my.
I will buy Tears.
I mean, I'm gonna finish probably Tears of the Kingdom on the Switch too.
Exactly. Look, my point is that if the prices change forward, yeah, that is going to give me the look, and I'm not gonna defend or protect that because
they all come down to like user utility. But like that's what I'm worried about that you just brought up. Other games such as Assassin's Creed is like a big one for this. It's like it goes cross-platform. Obviously, it goes from all of the PlayStations, all the Xboxes, and PC. So, and especially since it's Ubisoft, they I'm gonna also like turn this camera back. Why not? I don't know, but like it's still there. So I don't look crazy. That a lot of it, like I just don't want to look like on my desk. Like why? A lot of it was also like these games would eventually get discounted, and I think sometimes like the base standard for like some PlayStation games exclusives, like God of War, have dropped to like hell. I think God of War 18 is like $20.
I bought Stellar Blade, a new game that not even close to a year, 40.
Pre-owned or from like an official retailer?
Pre-owned from GameStop.
That's not what I'm saying.
No, but I mean like
no, but like I'm saying is like some games have obviously dropped in like official pricing. That's what I'm saying. Like Cyberpunk is no longer $60. I think it's like $40 for the base version. You know, but Nintendo has kept a lot of its titles for the Switch at a high 60 because, you know.
Well, that's just because they understand that they're never going to throw a Mario game.
That's exactly what I'm saying. They control their own market of video games, which is why I'm worried because that's how they're able to like justify these own prices for themselves, not only because of tariffs, but because they're in charge of their own Nintendo market.
Which will get sales. You can't act like they won't ever.
That's why I'm scared, Hobby, because people are gonna fucking pay for it. And not to mention that there's also going to be the rebound, because I know that people also were like, I didn't watch the live stream, but I know that bitch was filled with saying drop the price. That's going to be a hashtag by the end of the year. And
on the main presentation, yes, on the second, it wasn't. But today for the tree,
that's what I'm saying. That's because they didn't drop the price till the very end. They would have done it.
Well, to be fair, they didn't show the price in the presentation.
Exactly, that's a red flag. See, that's what I'm getting at this. Duskblood, the new FromSoft Bandai IP, you know, I think I already told you.
Nice.
But you know what I already told you? Like, I hyped up the significance.
That it's
no,
and that it's like basically
that. If that is anywhere close to $70 or $80, I know that's gonna come out next year. A lot of things will happen by then, but like, it's kind of fucked, isn't it? Because Elden Ring is 60. Every other one of those games, 60. The DLCs have been also reasonably priced. Shadow of the Archery, I know you didn't see it, but I also know that you know how much of a big motherfucker that was. Basically, Elden Ring 1.5. But like Duskbloods, you really gonna tell me that $70? $70? What if they also do the same thing with like Yakuza Zero's director's cut? That game has to be a good solid 40 or 50 for me to even look at it. And you know I'm a fan.
I get it. And I mean, right now, if we're just realistic, there's only 2 first-party games are coming out within the month of this, which is Mario Kart 8
And Donkey Kong.
and Donkey. We know other first-party games are coming, like Kirby. We don't know when.
Mhm.
And we know a bunch of third parties coming out literally launch day.
Yeah.
And if those games are going to be priced as how they are on other consoles, like Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition,
I didn't remember that.
Then-
That would be crazy.
then maybe they'll give a perspective. 'Cause I saw already Street Fighter 6, 1 plus 2 here, it's 60. And I'm fine.
See, that's a good one. And if Elden Ring Tarnished Edition, because that has Shadow of the Earth Tree and the base game, if it's 60, perfect.
Virtue's in there?
Yeah.
Okay, then if it's
I saw Mesmer.
Okay, so if it's 60, then I guess we can't say.
No, that's fine because Elden Ring is like 3 years old.
And it's coming out at launch.
It's coming out on launch. Wait, it is?
Yeah, Street Fighter
Yeah.
6 coming out at launch.
Bro, you have no excuse not to play it.
But my point is that third-party games are going to be a different perspective. But obviously, it's a different public.
Yeah.
I'll say right now, if Delta is anything above 30, I will give it a look. I love Undertale.
Don't you mean under?
No, my point, like, Undertale is a solid $10 to $20 game.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And Delta should be a solid $10 to $20 game. New Chapters is cool, but that still is Undertale within its core. And if that's anything above 40, I'm giving it a look.
Fine, but like...
But then, I'll say right now, Kirby Air Raid is coming out this year. If that is 70, I will not defend it for that.
Thank you. And if it's 80? That's also not to mention that physical copies are $10 more.
But I mean, at least the Switch 2 is at least 250 gigabytes. Now, I can't complain about, like, storage.
Yeah, but and they do already have like a process of you getting more storage to the express card, so at least I don't have to wait until it's properly synced up. What I'm also trying to say, what else was I about to say? I'm kind of also worried about the fact that not only are there going to be other games that can be like priced this high, but dude, I just don't want to like be at this point where we got to worry about having no more physical media. Because do you remember like just like a month or 2 ago, or even I think around Christmas, where like the PlayStation Store crashed and I couldn't play anything that was like a digital version, even though I owned it.
I know what you're talking about.
So like, what happens?
No, I know what you're talking about because I did see that some boxes are mentioned at the bottom about the part where you're not even buying a physical copy, you're buying the code.
Yeah, like, bro, what happens if basically we reach like that? Because that's where they're directing it with basically. And the fuck, man, not only is it gonna take up more space, but like I ain't even like there is gonna be a time when shit crashes and I don't have access to my games.
But I think that's more having to do with the software, the cloud of the company, and what game it is. Because I'll say that right now, that's never gonna be a first party.
I hope not, man.
I only imagine that for the big games. Like, as much as I don't want to think about it, that might be in.
I did I not predict it? Did I not predict the integrate?
No, but I mean, like, if that's applying to those, that is a little. I don't want to play what is could be my favorite version for the internet. I crash this out, like, well, I can't play it. But at least it's not from the perspective. At least the company is going down. So now I can't play anything.
Yeah, no, just like, bro, my Dragon Ball Z Kakarot PS5 version is technically a digital version, so I don't have access to that.
I know, but at least that's a good thing for my old Switch library. I don't lose any of that.
Yeah, but that's going forward.
I know, but like they at least already showed the game going forward. Mario Kart isn't that. Donkey Kong isn't that. Even the Switch 2 editions of Zelda aren't that. Metroid isn't that. Pokemon isn't that. The third parties exist that aren't going to be that.
I do have to admit though, the red cartridge design is kind of slick.
The cartridge, yes. The box, I'm not.
I haven't seen the box yet.
It's like this, but the top half is red.
Ew, not the whole box?
No, like you'll see a picture here, but the top box is red with Switch.
It's fucking weird. Like, commit to the whole red.
That's like on the same level as how bland PS5 box.
I like PS5 boxes, but fine, you're right.
No, but I mean, some of them are hidden. Street Fighter 6, that is god ugly.
Okay, that's more of a cover art thing than it is like.
No, I know, but it's like what you could.
Again, man, it's mean, you know? Like, obviously, again, you probably aren't gonna be paying out of your pocket. Yeah, obviously, you deserved it. But like, dude, like me,
Well,
like,
I mean, this is also another, which I'm not going to make this my main argument. Every person is different.
obviously.
But if you just don't care or don't want it, don't bother.
No, I want to like be like
No, I'm just saying, like,
it's not even like a flashy thing because I know I want to do, but like, it does make me also reevaluate games I want to like finish.
no, I know, but it's like what you just said. Games you want to finish, and just looking at what's currently available on the Switch 2, do you want any of it?
I mean,
Yes or no?
no, not yet.
Then there we go. Like, being like serious, I don't want anything except maybe Street Fighter 6. I already have Final Fantasy 7.
Bought Donkey Kong.
I want that too, just not at launch.
Yeah.
Like, I can wait for Christmas for that. Just like I did for Odyssey. I didn't get Odyssey.
But we got Odyssey. Didn't we get a Switch during Christmas?
With Odyssey.
Right.
Like, I could wait for that. I know no matter if that game fails successes, I can get that later. And it will drop later. Super Mario RPG, one of the most beloved games.
Is that also getting an upgrade?
I hope it is. Is being sold now at 40 at its base price.
I hopes that look if games keep on doing that, that's fine. It just I don't want this to be the norm, man. And again, it's mean to like the average consumer. Like, bro,
I know. Just not everyone can just bust out $500 out of the
exactly. Like, I do admit I'm starting a Switch 2 fund. Like, it kind of soured a bit. Like, just again, a day after, my guy, a day after.
I know, but hey, other consoles have the same feeling. Like, buying a PS5 on launch is probably one of the greatest feelings. Playing it on launch,
I mean, I
who was
liked
having
it.
fun? At launch?
Yeah.
With the games you had.
I mean, I only had
Trials.
and Sasuke Valhalla, but I had fun. But like, it wasn't as crazy.
And I don't know anybody who's talking about Xbox Series X.
They had Yakuza.
That was nice, but it was not.
All right, see you. Yes, so that was my brother. He mostly chimed in about what I want to say, or what I want to get through. And the Switch too, man. It's just mean to like people like me who are barely getting by doing their stuff. I mean, this is basically a first world problem. I'm so sorry. It's just it fucking sucks. Heck.
Watch the stream.
I'm probably going to wait. What's?
No, I'm telling people who are you. Like,
oh, thanks, man.
watch the stream.
Thanks, man. I mean, this is kind of like dead internet, but thank you. We got promotion. Depending on how many people see this stream, I may or may not bring my brother back on for more content. I always think that we always do things a little more funnier when there's someone else involved. Yeah, but it's just, bro, I don't like having to like scavenge for like stuff like this, man. And again, it puts stuff into perspective. Like, what do you want in terms of like what do you actually want? Because I do have some Switch stuff that I want to finish, but at the same time, the Switch is a pretty fun console that I do want to invest in. And there are some titles that I'll probably be switching from my time from my Switch to my Xbox now, or PS5. Hades 2 and Hollow Knight Silksong, I thought they would have been the Switch 2, like the Switch 2 thing, because I built my Switch to basically be my little indie game simulator, you know? Like every time there'd be a new cool indie game that there'd catch my eye, I would get it on my Switch, because indie games technically aren't always the fastest running, you know, like the most powerful. In the case of like the first Hollow Knight. But since it's so expensive now, and after having a very, very terrible experience with the the last faith for the Switch back in 2023, I more or less kind of gave up on that being the sorry. What the hell? What the hell does it say my stream ended? I'm still here. No, it's so okay. I'm still here though. So, like, oh, my friend just talked to me about like fucking Dragon Ball. Fucker, he still has that. No, but like I'm trying to say, the people who like fucking have struggles getting to buy things as is, and the gaming industry kind of just being that. The gaming industry is basically where I look into like how economics have been changing me the most on a entertainment level, because obviously I've made sacrifices for like, you know, just grocery stuff. Like you buy cheaper products, you buy iffier versions, switching just little things, you know, switching from like the natural potato chips, I guess, to like baked. Like hell, 30 cents extra sometimes is kind of a deal breaker. Hell, Pringles sometimes going from 150 to $250. 250? It's fucking insane. 250 for like the same fucking little cup of Pringles, man, and it's insane, and that's how I'm basically feeling here, because like it's discouraging me from even thinking about gaming at this point because it's such an expensive hobby. It's not like I don't want to like keep playing games, or like I think they're just bad to be bad, but like at some point like these games aren't even reflecting about what they're actually worth, you know, because I felt that same way when I played a Spider-Man 2 on the PS5, and it didn't feel like it was actually a good sequel in itself. Like narrative wise, I didn't think it was that crazy, like compared to the first games, that and Miles Morales. But like it didn't feel like it was even worth the $70. It should have been 60, man. It's basically that, but it felt shorter and less meaningful to me. And that's what I'm kind of worried about going forward in this whole price change for this stuff. That it won't feel as fun anymore. Paying, I don't even want to think about it. Maybe that's why, because there's only like technically like 3 games I think I bought like that are $70. Okay, I can only think of like there obviously more. But the ones that I got for myself, there was God of War Ragnarok, there was Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and there was Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. There's probably more games that I have in my catalog that cost $70 and more. But what I'm saying is like those ones specifically were some really big hitters that I would like. I basically bought the console for, you know. Obviously, I didn't know that Star Wars Jedi Survivor was to be on the PS5, but I knew that games like uh Tears of the Kingdom and God of War were going to be on their respective franchises' biggest consoles at the time, being the PS5 and Nintendo Switch, which is why I want to get them. You know, because my brother had our first Switch when the first teaser Tears of the Kingdom was released. You know, back in 2019, and then, damn, $70 when it came out. I didn't pay for it full price even. When I got Star Wars Jedi Survivor, I had a $40 gift card from Target from like my grandma. And then I waited at the Target that was right across my college, that was like a little walk away, in the early morning to pay for it. I paid like $30, man. I love Jedi Survivor, and I probably would have paid the 70. Like the $70 of like would hinge on some things being even worth it to me, and I got a good 60 hours on that. And the utility of some things are obviously based on like whatever you get out of it. Hell, if you like being like you like playing these games for like whatever money, that's fine. Like obviously your dollars, your worth of your dollars is gonna depend on you. So you might not mind paying this much for this type of game, but it's it's not fair, man. It's just mean to have to always do this. These always have to like bend the rules, this like or bend by the whole fucking economy. I don't even know. I don't even want to talk politics because I don't know politics. I just know like the basic stuff of what I'm learning. And then there was, like I'm saying, $70. Tears of the Kingdom. I got a $50 gift card from Amazon from my uncle that following Christmas, and I saved it for Tears of the Kingdom Amazon. I paid like $20. I think I even paid less because like I had like some kind of $10 off coupon for using an Amazon Prime benefit or some shit, and I got it for like so much less at the invoice. Games shouldn't cost an arm and a leg at this point, man. Yeah, they're getting better, I guess. Or at least like they're getting prettier looking, but they're not getting better sometimes. Talking to my brother kind of almost made me forget about why I want to make this video today, or at least what kind of triggered it. So, because I went on a whole tangent for like what happened at work. So, when I got to work, though, it was like, it was hectic, as I said earlier, before I went on the talk with him. And we were just scavenging for like time management for to make sure that people were there with little resources we had. We've been severely understaffed, basically. And I was just running around the whole restaurant like a jackass, delivering eggs, or like to like their side, like the people who make the sandwiches, or like him helping out with the sandwiches, delivering the sandwiches, and even like making sure that like the napkins are like there's so many like little rules sometimes that you can like do there. At some point, I stopped throwing napkins in there because like if they want napkins, they'll go get napkins. And it's just it started with this the singular point why I wanted to make this video today because my day was shit. It was this DoorDash driver, you know, and then anyone who's probably worked in like fast food, they probably have like they've dealt with them. Well, even obviously if you even use the app, and he was talking about like how long it was taking for us to make the food, and he definitely saw a good view because the restaurant is like open ended, like the cafe is all that you see in the front and the back, like there's nothing else to it other than like the baking in the back. But that's not what I'm saying is what you see in there is what's all you see, and everything's red, orders are taking forever to be taken out, taken in general, be bagged and all that shit. And I'm running there back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And one of the baristas unfortunately have to get like answering this guy like, what? It's like it's been like 20 minutes. And obviously 20 minutes is bad. I'm not fucking saying it isn't. I'm just saying you see all of this around you. At least fucking try to comprehend that our lives don't fucking revolve around your one customer when we also have all these other customers, you know? And he's just like saying, it's melted, the drink here, and then they even offered to remake it for free. And he's just going, bitching, bitching, bitching. And then I think I may or may not have set him off because I'm getting sandwiches on the order ahead, which is like the in-house online orders, the one that like our app translates to, the DoorDash orders and Uber Eats orders. I'm throwing like whatever sandwiches are on there. The order head, DoorDash within like whatever order we get them, especially even in-house orders, you know? My mic's right there. Ugh. And he I hear him and he's like saying like he's just like fucking showing me your phone with the order's name does not help you get it out faster. If anyone's watching that, or anyone who could fucking relate that information, shoving your fucking phone in people's faces about who's there is not gonna. I know you're here. I fucking know you're there. It doesn't. It just tells me you're here. I'm sorry. I see the number of how long you've been here. I'm sorry. I see the timestamp of when the order comes in the fucking restaurant. Showing me that this name specifically is now there doesn't just magically make it fucking happen if we're already this understaffed, man. Sorry. But yeah, he tried showing me the name. And I did not want to fucking talk to the guy because there's nothing else I could have said, because the barista, who's like a very small, petite gal, very nice, is already explaining as nice as she can what's happening. And then this asshole just keeps going on about it. And then he's just like saying, like, hey, you like fucking talk to me. Like, are you fucking dead at? I didn't say that. I did not say that. I fucking wish I did, though. And I just ignored him because there's no reason to give that man my energy. I'm giving it basically now at the end of the day. But I mean that time at the restaurant, there was no reason to. And so I guess that was a fly. He just starts going off. I think me ignoring him was the smartest thing to do at that moment, obviously, because the other barista also like said like, good job for ignoring him. And my manager at the ship just basically tells him like, if you don't want to fucking pick it up, don't pick it up, man. And like someone else will do it. And like, what's wild is that it wasn't this guy's first time being kicked out for being a dick to our workers. I'd never met him before, so maybe I didn't notice. That just, it really fucking infuriates me. Because it wasn't even at me specifically that the dude was getting mad at, and like he took out the hostility out on. It was like he took it out on like a fucking petite gal, like I just said. Like he took it out like on someone who's obviously like not going to fucking yell at him. And then it took my coworker, who was like probably the same size and weight as this dude, to like fucking get him out of here. Like, it's just fucked up. He only obviously picked on the person because, like, the barista who was talking to him, because he knew that she was like, for like a lack of better words, like, she's female, so what the hell is she gonna do to him if he does get bad? I'm not saying he was gonna get physical, but like, I'm saying super hypothetical. And then he sees me like rushing around, probably thinking like, I don't have no spine. You're probably gonna do the same because you're thinking like, oh, I'm ignoring him because I'm scared of him. No, I'm ignoring him because he's fucking annoying. It's depressing because I wanted to have a good day today because the Treehouse directs were supposed to come in. I thought that would have been fun. I didn't see them. And then my package, which is like completely off topic, but my package for another Funko Pop in the same vein as of my love for these. This is a really cool one. It's the Invincible one. I think I don't know where the hell it's from, or at least like especially series. It's bloody because the regular one is just like him with like the non-cracked visor and not bloody. I liked it. I got a Super Saiyan God Vegeta from their website. It's of him doing the big blast, like this volley of attacks he does right before he shoots at Broly in the movie Dragon Ball Super Broly. Yeah, DHL, you fucking sucked. It says delivered, but it's not fucking here. It said this since 12 o'clock. And I checked. I ran all over the fucking premises of my household, and it's not fucking there, man. It's not. it's not fun. It's not fun having this shit of a day fucking going on, man. And I just wanted something to go right today, I guess. You know, today probably wasn't the worst day because obviously to base it off of like one root customer and the pricing of a fucking console is probably again like first world problem shit. I'm just whining to whine. I just it's I've had a rough day, man. And I didn't want to play a video game to get around it. I didn't want to do any of that. I just wanted to talk about it in my way that I really know. I didn't my figure's not here, man. And again, it's just a it is just a figure. It's not the end of the world. And buying a new console obviously isn't like the the fucking priority, like high on the priorities. Because I have other shit to do. I already got like gum cleaning for my gum recession. Also save for loan payments. And it's just been rough, man. Because it's just the little things that you hope for, little bits of news, where you try to like fucking use like anything small, even if you don't. You ever had those things like it's something not tangible, but like getting off the excitement of other things, even though you're not probably into it as much as everyone else is. Like Hall Night Silk Song, I'm definitely excited for that. Like I wasn't the same person who like spent like 6 years thinking about it. I spent the last 2 years, 2 or 3, realistically, thinking about Hollow Knight Silk Song. But it's just I just wanted today to be like a little good because it just fucking went off in like incremental bullshit. Like every little thing just kind of got progressively worse. Like I show up on work, I show up to work on time, and I realized we're understaffed because the dude who was there, who I took in for his shoes today, wasn't there. He kept on saying he was going to be there, but he never got there. We had the rude customer, and I didn't take my first break until like 5 hours, I think, into my fucking shift, or 4. I think 4. I got in there at 7:30, and I got like clocked for my first 10-minute break at like 11:40. My manager said he was sorry that he couldn't find a time to give me a break. He had to give the baristas and the cashiers breaks because they were gonna get out before me. And then one of one of the baristas who were talking to that asshole guy I mentioned earlier, she was gonna cry at the end of the day. So I know she definitely had it worse than me in terms of like emotional damage, or emotional pain, turmoil, whatever you want to call this whole thing. And then, not even a day later, I learned about the prices for the Switch 2 and how fucking godly awful they are, to say the least. And not even my figure comes in today. I was kind of banking on my figure because it was supposed to come here on the 5th. And then, nothing. I'm not gonna cry about it. I just wanted something nice to happen today, you know? I can't even feel happy today. Again, it's not like the end of the world. I'm not saying that. By tomorrow, I'll probably have all this shit probably figured out. I don't have work tomorrow. I'll probably look into the figure or some shit. It just, again, I keep on saying it, but I can't stress it enough. I want a small win today because today was just bad. I'm tired. I'm beat. And there's just, it just, the bad day sometimes just reminds you, like, the really annoying things that you have to deal with in life, or how things are stagnant. Alright. I'm probably gonna end the stream right now. Who knows? If my package does get here today, I'll probably be happy about that. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. And so I'll probably have to complain. The fucking Funko Pop, the item that I paid for, isn't fucking here. Also, DHL, fuck you. They don't provide fucking anything of where they put the damn thing. No photo evidence. There's no proof of anything. Hell, they fucking suck, man. That's gotta be illegal. You can't just fucking say you delivered it and then not deliver it. I'm not gonna harass anyone. I'm just saying, what the fuck, man. Alright. That's been Fimbris. Signing off. I hope you have a good day, man. I hope you had a real good, better day than me. Guys, gals, all binary. Maybe it was like bitches, bros, and non-binary hoes. That's not my line. That's from an anime dub. I hope you guys all had a good day. I'm just gonna fucking crash on my bed.